What is going on, everybody? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. I had a tough day, man. It was hot. It was nasty out. Oh, so, but we're home and we're in game and we're ready to go. It's good to see John here. How you doing, good sir? And Old Man Alchemist is here as well. Very cool. Let some other people flitter in. This was a change I made to my base. I used to have my desk stills up here. I needed more desk stills, moved them downstairs. So I didn't know what to do with this room. And then I ended up, I did a little bit of decorating. And I have set this up for something that I hadn't done. And it was kind of holding me back. One of the good things about streaming and having a channel where I tend to try to give advice is there are some moments where I sit there and I'd be like, you probably should take your own advice, you know? And I didn't really do a whole lot with augments. I wasn't a fan of the dungeons. I did what I had to. I got some rewards out of them, and I was like, you know what? I'm competent enough and geared up enough to go do all the things I do, so, we were able to go out and do what we wanted. But I need to get better with augments. They are the way of the future, so to speak. So, I moved my augmentation station, I just like saying that, over here. And I've got grade 5, grade 4, 3, you get the idea. But this is where I keep all the augments that I've collected over time, and should finally start making use of them. There's still some internal fighting going on. Like, I'm kind of like, which one should I use? No. Which one should I use? I don't want to put them on because it's permanent. What can I do? Honestly, none of it matters, man. None of it really matters. If you end up putting something on and you get something better, you're going to put that in the chest or destroy it or do something. You know what? Take the step. It's the worst that could happen. It doesn't work quite as well as you thought it was, but it's probably still going to be better. Spice is blowing. It must flow. One thing I want to point out is you can go to your station and you can look at your weapons. Hi, kitty. And if you click on them, this is how you can tell what you've got as far as the augments you've placed on. Can you hop down? I don't trust you at all. So if you ever put augments on, you're like, what do I even have? If you don't remember, you can go through and look at it. I did basically some research to see what would be the best things to put on, different weapons that I use. For blades, this is perfect. Blade sharpener. Straight up extra damage. Thank you. I'll take it. And then here we have the edge optimizer, which increases damage, but it makes you spend a little bit of stamina to attack. So each attack is taking a little more effort. But for 33% damage, I'll take that 10% stamina. And then here is you get more increased damage, but this increases the stamina just cost for blocking. There's a good and a bad, but in this case, 36% versus 10. So it pushes my damage numbers up, which make things really fun. But yeah, if you go up to this thing and click on it, you'll be able to see. So what's the point of tonight? I just had a storm go through, so my lights are upset. I had a comment that someone left. IP, what's up? Those big tall tree decorations, they're from a particular decoration pack. They were from a holiday one, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like a Christmas pack. It's apparently what Arakeen sees as a Christmas tree. So I think it was a holiday celebration that you could get those. Don't quote me on that, though, but I think that's where it was from. The little trees are from, I think, an Atreides pack. But let's talk about tonight and what we're going to be doing. I had a comment that was posted on one of my streams from an individual, and I've been thinking about that for quite a bit. Almost since they made the comment. And I'm not I'm not mad. I'm not angry. Not at all. But it bears talking about. So I want to read it. I mean, it's public, so you can see it. But the person said, the only issue I have is that you are giving tips for the lowest level. I would appreciate if you could push yourself on stream 19 plus or higher, or 19 or higher. And the reason that, you know me, I love, I love calling people out, you know? Oh, let me take that out of there. I always do that, you know. I always say I'm not going to mention names and then promptly mention the name. That comment's not, it's not good or bad. It's person expressing their opinion. But I look at that comment, and it's one of those instances where a person can be right and can be wrong at the same time. Now, where they're right is that I don't normally push myself on stream. Part of that is because, you know, if it doesn't go well, that's embarrassing, you know. I'll do stupid stuff. Prefer not to do stupid stuff in front of everybody, but if it happens, it happens. And also, most of my content is directed for people who are trying to get through something. Like I'll do the tips and the resource lines, and there's a cat crawling up my chair. Tips on making deep desert bases, things like that. Basically, you know, if you want to say lower level, whatever you want to call it, it's just, I kind of look at that mid-range person, not a high-end somebody who's already accomplished a whole lot. They don't need me telling them what to do. They already know what to do because they're all the way in, you know, super awesome endgame stuff. So that's pretty much what I focus on. Telling everybody the things I've learned, and trying to pass that knowledge on to somebody else. I don't like this cat, guys. That one hurt. Maybe the guy doesn't realize that you're already all ramped up as you are. All my stuff is basic with only one augment, not collected any of those yet. Yeah, teaching someone to run before they can walk. It's very intelligent. That's a good point. One thing, and I do really grain of salt people when they make comments, because it is very easy to forget where you came from versus where you're at and where someone else is. That's why I try to be as descriptive and as simple as possible when I do explain stuff, because, you know, I myself have sat down and been like, oh, you know, let me figure out how to do this. And you get a video and the person's like, all right, what's up, everybody? We're going to go over here and we're going to do this. And then we do this. And then you do triple fit. And it's like, yeah, cool. Back. So I try to be a little more well-paced, and I want to make sure everybody gets the idea. So honestly, pushing myself is not a bad thing. I do push myself. I just don't normally do it on stream, but that is something people would like to see. So we need to do that more often as well. Again, with the closed spice. But here's something and the reason, and this is what's got me thinking about it, is he said that I'm talking about tips for the lowest level. And this was in reference to all the things I've been doing in testing station 152. And what bothers me, and maybe I'm just not conveying it properly, or I don't know, everything that I've talked about in 152 isn't a beginner tip. That pattern that I keep showing you and talking about, that goes all the way up to 100. If you don't know that, you won't get there. That's not a basic tip. That's a tip. That's the mission. That's what the dungeon's about. So why would he say that was for low level? You're going to get to a certain point in these dungeons. You know, you do them whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever. It doesn't matter. And if somebody's telling you, oh, you need to do it higher. No, you don't. You do whatever you want. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you feel comfortable with, or whatever's driving you. If you want to get higher up, get higher up. If you're content to do it where it's at, do it where it's at. Play the game you want to play. Oh my goodness. When's your mom getting home? That little guy has no respect for anybody. I'm telling you, you have no respect. Go to the bathroom, he's in there instantly with you. It's this, oh, I have him in here because Eli, my dog, who's very sickly. It's very bad. He's 15 years old. He had cancer once before. He's getting some medical issues, and that cat is his best friend. Believe it or not, yes, cats and dogs are best friends. So I have him in here because Eli wanted to be in here. He was very sad and wanted to be near people. And that's his friend because I'm not paying attention to him right now. I'm going to get emotional if I keep talking about it. But you're not just comprehending what you're saying. You've said many times, learn the pattern and you own the dungeon. Exactly. Another part about this is, let's say you, first time, hit the overland map, go to station 152. And you're geared up enough and decent enough equipment that you can just bully your way through it. Congrats. Go to level 2. Maybe you'll do the same thing. 3, maybe 4. You're going to get to a certain point where if you're ignoring the mechanics of the fight, you're not going to finish it. It is impossible with the modifiers they have for us as players to simply bully our way through. And the only way you're going to complete higher levels of that is if you, they did have a thing where some of these dungeons had glitches where walls weren't real walls and you could go up through ceilings and fall through things and do all sorts of crazy weird things. Or you're going to have to get carried, which means you just go in and then you get killed and let somebody else do it for you. Neither one of those two things are really ideal. But tonight, we're going to step up that difficulty. I've done it at 5 multiple times here on stream, so we're going to go a little bit more. But we're not just going to go a little bit more. I have done those lower levels up to, right now, 15 is kind of a sweet spot for me because that gives me the gear that I'm looking to get in order to be able to go higher. As skilled as you are, even if you 100% know the pattern, you get to a certain level where you need to be perfect. If you mess up one time, you're going to get downed, and then you have to start over. And if your gear's not keeping up with your ambition, then you're going to, you're just going to keep hitting that wall. And you're going to go back in, you'll fight, and then you get down. You go in, you down. And then eventually it breaks because it's just can't handle the stress. And of course, what usually happens there is you get stressed, you get pissed. I've been there. Trust me, in this game and others, I've been there. Why can't I do this? This sucks. This is blah. So my goal is to try to help you prevent from doing that. But I'm doing level 15s because of the chances of getting grade 4 gear, because I want to up my grade 4 that I wear so that I can make it better, and then I can go higher up and do the grade 5 stuff on a regular basis. And in order to do that, I've made a little bit of changes, and I'm going to go over them real quick, and then we're going to get out there. So first off, we did finally apply all 3 augments to this branding blade. Made it when I was right around 80 crafting, so she's extra strong. And actually, no, this was 200. I'm sorry, 80 because of the augments and just general usage. Each swing's doing about 600 damage. But for the boss, we have reverted back to our good old Halleck's pick. I do still like rapiers. This one's doing 800. Should be doing 1,000. I'm not sure why it's not, but it's doing 800, 876. So we'll say 9 because I put my 5 upgrades or my 3 level 5 augments on there, and I'll show you what we can do with this bad boy in there. But also, we've made a slight change. You'll notice I'm not wearing my normal armor color. What's up, Wayne? You finally crossed Vermilius Gap? There you go. Very cool, dude. Welcome to the party, pal. We have a different color on this because this armor has the electric padding on it. We'll go back down to the station here real quick and I'll show you. Oh my gosh, I have too many lights upstairs and it's actually causing rendering issues. Is that a Atreides ceiling? So here. Nope. Okay, you're gonna scoot around. Here you can see we've got this augmentation which reduces energy damage taken but increases concussive damage. I just got to watch out for grenades, but it's giving me an extra 4% on energy mitigation, which this is how this guy lives. And we also have a nice set of pants with the same thing on it as well. This one gave me an extra 4.7%. So we've upped our energy. And on my boots here, unfortunately, we have a fire one, which means we take more damage from poison, but we have fire. This is actually a holdover. I don't have another set of boots to make yet, but planning on doing it. So what I did was I changed the color scheme so that I know that these are the pieces I should be wearing when I am, doing the electric dungeon, which can't really see it because lighting is an issue, but this here is an electric dungeon box. When I don't want to do the dungeon, I'll put this armor in there and I put my regular stuff on. That way I kind of save it in case bad things happen. I'm surprised there was a route leading up to the top of the hammer. Yes, there is. There's actually a couple high up spaces you can go to. I got one for the poison, one for fire, and then on the other side I've got them as well. And finally, you're going to get to see me do some crazy stuff tonight that I don't normally do, and that is using skills. In my other videos, I tried to show you that you could just go in there and fisticuffs. Skills are a double-edged sword. Just showed your butt to everybody. They're a double-edged sword. Because I could sit here and tell you, oh my gosh, this skill is the best. You should use this. Is it? It's good for me. I know how to use it. I know a specific way to use it. I use it in a certain way that maybe nobody else does. And if you don't know how I'm doing it or what my setup is, it could be the worst skill ever. Plus, you're going to put it on for the first time, go in and suddenly kick ass in a dungeon? No, you're not. And it always amazed me when people were like, oh, you've got to use this, you got to use that. Oh, this one's trash. No, shut the hell up. For just a moment, understand that people are different and they may not know as much as you do about a certain skill. They may not understand how to use it. They may not even like it. They might do something else. And just as quickly, somebody else could say, yeah, your idea is trash. You should do it the way I do it. And who's right or wrong? But it's just experience. For this one, we are using Shigawire Claw. I pretty much never not had this on. So handy. We have switched over from Weirding Step to Compel. Another Bene Gesserit skill. And we've also got Source of Power. So this was a skill that basically drops a little generator at your feet. And this was made famous by the gankers who would jump on top of thopters or like jump on top of your carrier out in the deep desert. They would throw this down and then their las gun had infinite ammo and they could just sit there and cut through your ship. But it actually has some really cool uses and we're going to go over one of them tonight. And there's a specific reason why we have this. So we've switched our skills. Now I actually have 21 skill points. I did what's called the reattribute skills. I wanted to focus a little more. I had spent some points in some areas that I didn't want to. So we kind of reestablished, and this is actually extra points I have. I haven't figured out where I want to put them yet, but I've got everything we need for tonight. So that's fine. We are loaded up with some Mark IV hero kits. I'm going with some big boys. I do this because if we take a hit, it's probably going to be pretty strong. And I want to make sure that when I take the time to actually get a heal in, that I want it to be a good size. I do also have a couple 6s. I thought about bringing them, but I can deal with 4s. And we've dropped our still suit and we've dropped our radiation suit. Neither of those are going to help us we don't need to carry it into that dungeon. Honestly, I could drop a whole bunch of this other stuff, but I don't want to get too crazy. Looks like I need a compactor in there. I have a box here that I call gameplay switch. Oh my god. So this is just, you know, this is where my still suit went. I use this so that when I switch from doing one thing to another, if I need to leave things behind or switch things out, I just do it in that box real quick. I haven't gone through it in a while, so I need to adjust that. But we're going to head out and we're going to go visit Mr. Electrical Friend. Right now. I hate weirding step. Half the time when I use it, I'm facing the wrong way for my sword strike. It's just like any other skill. It takes some getting used to. When I first started using it, it wasn't my particular favorite either. And there are still some times where, for some reason, it just doesn't seem to work. There was an issue with it being glitchy. Like there was something wrong with it, coding-wise. Apparently they fixed it, but whatevs. But it's handy when it works the way it's supposed to. Another thing that I need to do more often, and especially on stream, I do it a bit off stream. I need to start doing it with the cameras running, is I will switch up my skills. Again, I try to do things more of just, here's you and your equipment. I don't do the skills since it's such a wide variety of differences and stuff, but we definitely need to highlight it. So we're gonna come on up here. Doo-doo. He's going to sleep. Good. His medicine, so he's should be just fine. Oh my, you can't be up here though. Oh, you're hitting the mic. Say hi to everybody. Meh. Ooh. So my dog, I shouldn't, but we've always been like, you know, a snacker. We'll give him a little bit of something if he's being good and stuff like that. And like I said, this cat is his best friend. He's a very rough and tumble cat. None of the other cats are. They hate that stuff. They're like, dude, we don't fight here. We're not like that here. So he latched onto the dog because my dog's, you know, a big American bulldog, and he would just start, you know, going. Steadfast, thank you, beautiful cat. Yep. And he's crazy. He is crazy. But he would fight and play with him, and and they would just go at each other and have a time of their lives. When I take Eli out, Haru goes out there and he paws up on the little window and watches to keep an eye on his friend. So that cat will eat anything that you have on your plate if you give it to him. He'll eat. He ate one of my French fries earlier because Eli does. So. And it's kind of sad to think what's going to happen when Eli has to go because it's getting that time. We're not sure what the cat's going to do. But anywho, enough sadness. Let's not talk about sad stuff. You stay down on the floor, you make me cry. Okay, the second thing. Well, okay, before I say second things. This is the menu for the station. No. This is the menu for the station, and this is at level 1. So at level 1, you get ungraded stuff 91% of the time. 9% you can get 1% or grade 1 armor, and 100% you're going to get grade 1 augments. So yay, you'll get augments. And then it tells you over here the modifiers. Oh my god, dude, come on. He's going to do this during this fight, and it's going to be devastating for us. I think I'm going to have to kick him out the room. So at level 1 here, the enemy health is minus 75, enemy damage minus 75, shield regeneration. You get the idea. This is one of the things that I don't like about these dungeons. So let's say, like I said, I'm doing 15s pretty regularly. I'm getting about a 50% chance of getting grade 4 augments. That's what I really want. If I can get grade 4 weapons and armor, it's okay. That's what I've got. I'm really looking for augments. If I go up to 16, grade 4 augments goes to 54. So we go from 47 to 54. If we do the math, that's what, 7% increase, right? Well, let's look at the enemy health. That's 643%. Going up to 16, 866. It's like a 200% increase to his health. The heck is that? Look at the damage. It's 1149. At 15, it's 950. So it's a 100% increase in damage. So that I can do what? Go up 7% on an augment? And let's go up to level 19, right? Level 19, you get a 34% chance at grade 5 augments, at 25% for grade 5 weapons and armor, and then you're at 51 for weapons and armor here, and 45 for augments. If we go up to 20, oh, by the way, it's 1,500 and 1,700. If we go up, okay, you say goodbye to all the people, because I can't talk with you doing this, okay? Say goodbye. Say goodbye, everybody. You want to fight? You want to fight? Yeah. And then we get a kiss. That's how he operates. Hold on a second. Let me get him out of here, because he's not going to leave us alone, and I don't want to be doing testing stations. We'll get killed. All right? You go hang out with the other kitty. Okay. Say hi to everybody. Since Eli's asleep, I don't think it's going to matter that much. So, anywho, okay. So at level 20, we're at 17 and 19 with, let's just look at armor, right? 26%. At 19, we're at 25%. It's 15 and 17. These numbers are ridiculous. It's like 200% increase in the bad guys every time you go up a step. I'm sorry, Funcom, it's a lazy coding. It's really lazy coding. And when you get up to these levels, even with +5 grade, plastanium, some of these bad guys will one-shot you. The boss from the Dark Dungeon constantly one-shots me. I do die. I'm not going to tell you, I roll through these like, ha ha ha. I go down. I've gone down before. I've gone down multiple times in one run. So it happens. But the fact is, to get through with these kind of modifiers, you need perfection. I'm just trying to have fun. This is what I do to relax. This is what I do to kill time. This is, a hobby. I don't want to be perfect every single damn time. And especially not be absolutely perfect for a 1% increase. This kind of explains to you guys why when you go to the market, you'll see these grade 5 pieces of gear up for sale for so much, because it's a pain in the ass to get them. So, but anywho. So that comment, the guy was saying 19 or higher, you're never going to see me do more than 19, maybe 20. I did 41 so I could get a unlock. That's it. I'm content. There's people that are like, oh, you got to do 50. No, I don't. Why? Why do I have to do that? Oh, you get the better gear. I don't want it. No. So that's where we stand. So to keep the numbers nice, because this makes me happy inside, since I've been doing 5s, we're going to go in here and we're going to do a 15. Yeah, I know. We're scratching our head. So one of the other things I did with my skills was I switched them around, and as long as I'm fully hydrated, I actually have 2 bars worth of stamina. That is, let's see, I think the sword does this, where you get the increased max stamina. Here is optimized hydration, so you get a bonus. when you're hydrated. So as long as that's a high up number, you're getting a 25. I still don't know how Funcom does their math. Like here, max stamina 25. So it gives me extra. I get that. Here is a bonus. I don't know how they're calculating their bonuses. When I look at, okay, so yeah, I know the timer's running, but I couldn't care less. So here, this sword has a base value, right? And then it gets an additional base value, a higher base value, because it's grade 4. When I put those augments on, they do an additional 50%, 30% damage. Okay, that's cool. I get that. But now I have sword skill where I get 15% for long blades, and I also have 9% for regular blade damage. And under Bene Gesserit, I have another 9% of blade damage. And under skill specializations, whoops, I have 100 combat. So I'm getting 100%. Oh, that's crafting. I'm getting 100% damage in addition to that. Where does this, I don't know what it does. I don't know if it takes all of your bonuses, add them up to 1, and then multiplies it to the base, or does it add augment damage to the sword, which now becomes its new base, and then they add these skill bonuses? I don't know where their math comes from. And because we don't ever see damage numbers, so you can't just go shoot somebody that's like really tough to get damage numbers and then make a change and do damage numbers. All you can do is look at whatever's on that screen, and it doesn't, I don't know. Maybe somebody's figured that out. Maybe they haven't. So this dungeon is exactly the same leading up to the boss fight, with one exception. The bad guys are a little tougher. Now the armor I'm wearing is giving me the electric bonus, but to be honest, yeah, I run in there. That doesn't really do anything for me until I get to that boss room. So technically there would be better options. I could go with something like bring an extra suit of armor, something that has like blade or dart mitigations, because that's what they're throwing at me now. The issue with that is if I do go down, then I'm taking damage to multiple sets of armor, which is a little crazy. They have the same armor value and blade mitigation. Items charge reduces power drain by 20 to 25%. The forwards gives you essentially elemental resistance. Yep. Looking at that level 1 suit. Fine. Yep. Oh, man. I check these guys because sometimes there's a level 2, sometimes there's better ones in. I don't have the 2s right now. So I have 2 different swords on me. I've got the rapier, which does really well, and then I've got the branding blade. I usually use the branding blade up here. I'm going to run this exactly the same. In fact, if you didn't see the difficulty 15, you wouldn't know there's a difference. It's just going to take me a few extra swings.
I require backup.
Hello? There you are. And we come over here to the door, just like I do. I do change up something here. I don't do double heavy on this guy. I'll do that one, and then we switch to light attacks because of that right there. He likes to jump backwards. And that makes me waste my swing. This person does the exact same thing every time. That was just doing it. I'd heavy swing and then I'd heavy swing again and he would dodge away. So I was like, all right, I gotta do some light swings. That just keeps him in line. Now he's gone. They always hide in the same spot. There we go. I don't chase too many things in here. I'm here for those final rewards, so those don't help me, and those don't help me either, so we drive on. That's a trap. You ever run in this room and you see it? Don't run through there. You might make it. Good on you if you do. I always wait because that's a trap. That thing always shocks the crap out of me when I go through there. Now in the lower levels, it's not necessary to get this, just because the rewards here aren't going to help me. The lower rewards, because I'm aiming for higher stuff. But with the higher level, I have 2. There's 9 in there. That's kind of nice. You can get like 3 or 4 out of level 3 or 4, grade 3 or 4 pattern pieces out of that, which is helpful. All right. Okay, before we go, I want to show you something. The reason that I'm using that generator on C. In this fight, the worst thing that can happen in the boss room. In the boss room, the worst thing that can happen is you get hit by the electricity and it drops your shield. Because the boss is going to be hitting hard. It's going to be hitting real hard. And if you get stunned, you might die. It's been my experience that if you go down, maybe 9 times out of 10, they finish you off. You might get back up once out of those 10. At least that's what I'm experiencing with my current setup. So in the past, you saw me make the comment that, oh, my shield's down, so I just played defensively. I do the same kind of thing at this point, but instead I use that power generator. So here's what we do, right? We're like, oh no, we're gonna go, oh, and see how my shield's completely gone. Get my stamina back, I throw this thing down, and that shield's gonna rocket up much quicker. You get an idea of how large that field is that you can stand in, and it'll regenerate your shield faster. If you put this down in that room, it'll probably stay up and cover the entire place. But that shortens the amount of time that my shield's down. It's the only time that you're really vulnerable is when your shield's down. Obviously, just like when we were doing the level 5s and the level 1s and everything, the whole goal of that fight is don't let your shield go down. I know that sounds like the goal for any fight, but that's the critical thing. Know the pattern and don't let your shield go down. That's why we have that skill. It takes a little bit of time to come back, so it's not like we can just drop it and, oh, you took my shield, Pop. Oh, you took my shield. So it's got a decent cooldown, but it's okay to deal with. So that's why we have that. That's the change that we made. It's, like I said, people used to use that for the las guns to take down ornithopters when they were out in the deep desert. This is more of a defensive purpose for it. That's what I'm using it for. By all means, I guess you could bring a las gun with you and stand in there and just tear that guy up. Haven't tried that yet. The compel I use to either when I'm trying to maneuver to get to him and he keeps, because he's spry, he moves around a lot. I'll use compel, be like, just get over here, dude, let's do this. But you have to be careful, because if you're in one of the rotating electric field stages, then you bring him over, you start attacking him, you get shocked. And Shigawire will do the same thing. If he's starting to act a little stupid, I can Shigawire him and kind of stun him a little bit and get some hits on him. Another thing I want to point out that makes a difference here is we're actually going to start manipulating the boss. He has certain tells, like you can hear what he's not just running his mouth, he's letting you know what's happening, what attack is going to be coming. And one of the easiest things that you can do is you can get a free stagger or a free stun on him by running close to him, because as soon as you run close, he's going to like, oh, I'm going to do that stupid suspensor blast thing. When he's doing that, he's not shooting at you. If you're running past him, he'll still initiate it, but you're already gone, so it's not going to hit you. And it can buy you some time to heal, time to get a shield back possibly. It takes him a little bit, only a few seconds out of the equation, but I do use it if I have to. So you're going to start manipulating the boss, kind of working him towards your favor. Do the NPCs target it? I have had it get blown up. I think when the electricity's spinning around, it could hit it, depending on where that electricity is going. I threw it down one time and it started to bring my shield back, and I was about 75%, and then the thing just disappeared. The big boss doesn't. I don't believe he shoots at it, but the environment, I think, can kill it. But it usually works fast enough that you'll get back what you need. I'm going to play this as if I'm hoping that I don't have to use it. Don't want to get hit, but all right, I don't go after that person. I go after this guy, and then I dodge back because I know that sword person's coming, and we come around the corner. So I can try to get this kill, and then it's just me and you. Whoops. And we come up here. Same thing, heavy. Series of light strikes so they didn't dodge away. I probably could have heavy struck him. Come over here. Oh, wasn't paying attention. You can block those. I usually just dodge away since I'm... You fought well, Atreides. I usually just dodge away, so it's just kind of a personal reset. Now, this, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's... I'm geared appropriately. So, and I've done this so many times, I know how to handle it, but look at my shield, full shield. We're gonna let this guy have some fun. Go ahead, bud. That's much faster than anything I've experienced in this dungeon doing like those lower levels. If you let your guard down, somebody's gonna put you in your place. Missed. Oh, I'm garbage. There we go. All right. I don't get any healing. All right, and here we are. Boss fight time. Couple things we do. First off, make sure we're healed. I'm actually looking pretty good. If you want to, I always carry the toilet paper rolls because they're light. We'll go ahead and put one on, see if it... it gave us a little bit because we do have some extra health with our skills. I'm going to make sure that I have plenty of water. I'm going to fill up completely. That way I know I'm getting all my stamina bonuses. And this guy, he gets that level 5 Hallex pick. We're going to put some serious damage on him. I could hit him with the branding blade, but whatever. I run this phase exactly the same way. Thopter. Question, did you get your first Thopter after doing missions for the house? Nope, you can get your Thopter before you join a house. I do this the exact same way that I've done it when I did level 1, when I did level 5. I focus on being safe before I'm productive. If you think you could get an attack in, but you might get shocked, don't do it. Choose safety every time. Reset, get yourself lined up, start taking the hits that you know you can get. When the lightning is up on the top coming down, that's your best window for attack. Do that. Like I said, choose safety until you start getting better at gauging those openings. And you will. You do this enough, you'll get to the point where you'll be like, I could have attacked him. If you've watched, I've said that before. Oh, I could have got that hit in. I didn't because I chose safety. But in the future, I'll be getting those attacks in because I'm starting to recognize them. I see them, and I'll be able to take advantage of them. You're going to start learning how this boss moves, how he patterns, when the lightning's going to let you attack and when it doesn't, how to deal with some adversity. Make sure you never go against the outside edges because it's too much distance to cross, and sometimes you get stuck and you'll start sliding up the wall. And once you do that, then you're just going to get shocked until you're dead. I can't guarantee that this is going to be a perfect run. If I lose my shield and I'm already hurt and he hits me, I will go down. If I'm completely healthy and my shield goes down, I should be able to survive a couple shots from him without getting shocked again, and it should be okay. What I'll do then is you automatically, if you're running or sprinting and you go to put a health pack on, you immediately go back to walking. So when I'm doing this and the lightning is spinning around, you got to time it properly, because you'll start to do this and then you'll either have to bail out of it to keep from getting shocked, or you'll get shocked and it gets interrupted and you're even worse hurt. Milo's new video, Valentine. Yeah, I watched it myself too. But pick and choose the moments when you can heal. I usually like to heal when it's up top and coming down in like this third or fourth stage. Usually that's the only time I have to heal. But I'm giving up attacks to make sure I stay alive so I can attack even more. But you know what? That's what it's going to be. It's going to be making the right choice. And that right choice is not something that I can sit here and tell you, only attack when the lightning's up. No, if you get a window and you could pull it off, do it. But you have to do this enough to where you learn to recognize those windows and take advantage of them without risking yourself. And I have done that where I've been like, oh, I'm going to get him. And I go over to get a stab. And I go to stab him and I miss. And then he does the suspensor blast, which keeps you from being able to jump or run. And then the lightning's coming down, and then I get hit from it because I couldn't get away. And I think to myself, that was stupid. If I'd have hit him, it would have been fine, but I didn't hit him and I paid a price, learned from that. So I'm not, I'll try to talk during this fight. I do kind of have to pay attention to what I'm doing. So forgive me for that. But look at that, we have to drink more water. You'll get to see what this 3 augments on a grade 5 Hallex pick can do to this guy at level 15. But let's get in there. So I missed with that shot, so I'm going to step back because I know he's going to suspensor blast. That was very risky. Now we're just going to start our rotation. Almost ran into it there. I'm going to get a window to attack here real soon. Like right now. There we go. Phase 1 is done. I'm right here, buddy. Bad things. Alright, so there you can see we got our shield back already. So I'm going to kind of play things safe because I know that if my shield goes down now, I don't have a way to put it back on. So we're just going to kind of hang out for a second. I've got it back now, so we're ready to go. This is risky. I got to bail on this one. Alright, let's see where it is. It's over there. He's going to miss with that, and he moved himself in. This is where I would compel him to pull him over. There's no way you hit me with that. So see how I'm a little slowed there, but it wore off in time. So I'm going to do a little bit of jogging because I'm way down in stamina. We're going to get that back up. I'll give up some damage attempts. You're mine now. Now there, oh, come on, man. He's actually damageable right now because I hit him in a way that he was in transition. So, all right, we'll start our rotation. 3 to the right. I'm just going to let him do his thing. Now we go 2 to the left. 1 more. And it's go time. I'm going to back off because I want to be up in the air. We'll let him miss. This is going to be perfect because he's in the direction we need to go. And that's ending that phase. Now I could go attack him some, but I don't want to. I want to make sure that I'm in front of that circle so that when this starts happening, I don't have to deal with him. 1, 2, 3 moves to the left. Now it's time. Oh, you douche. Got to go up and down, and we go up again. And now I want to make sure I land in front of the circle on that centerpiece. Keep going to the left. That was 2. Here comes 3. Alright, so I missed that stab, which is unfortunate. I'm going to bail because I need to make sure I stay safe. That's more important than getting a little extra damage. This is good because he's in range. Oh, that's not good though. Alright, so I need to not worry about fighting him right now. We just want to stay alive. Probably should have gone for that stab. Like I said, it can happen. So I just lost some durability on my gear. I'm at 200 crafting, so it's not quite as painful for me. So I can live with it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make sure that we heal up. I'm going to use the smaller ones because I'm not that far off right now. That should get me pretty high. We'll use water, throw on our shield. We'll grab our pick. You can see there I've got a little black line where we got some durability loss. We're going to let that go, and we're going to go ahead and start it. Now, this brings up a whole nother problem. Now that we're dead, and our little body is over there, that creates an issue, because when you get close to that, it's going to bring up that menu. And if you're trying to jump when that menu's there, you're going to start picking things up, which sucks. And unfortunately, we died right in the middle of where we kind of operate. So I'm going to actually have to not be able to run out there like I normally like to do and stab the crap out of him. I'm going to go out there and grab that. Not because I want my stuff. There's really nothing in there that's too crazy, but I want it out of the way. It's going to stop me from being able to do what I need. I need him to get away from it, though. There we go. Okay. All right, so we didn't get any of that initial damage that we like to do, but you know what? We'll be okay. Whoa. All right, let's get some stamina back. And if you feel like you're doing it wrong or you're screwing up, like I am, take a breather. Run a lap or two, let him do his dumb stuff. Alright, let's go now. We'll wait and see where the lightning's at. Let him know that we like him. I was standing in front of the electricity. That was wonderful. Alright. Come on, man. I had to bail because that would have put me right in that lightning wall when I attacked. And after this, it should be going up top.
Need another mag.
Oh, come on. Dangerous. Alright, see where the wall is. I'd love to go stab him, but it's a little risky. We'll get over there.
Need another mag.
He did that a little early, didn't he? I was a little angry. I went for a couple extra stabs that I didn't need to. Oh, no. feel like that should have hit. Now I could compel him over here if I really wanted to. Dude, are you kidding?
Let's bring down that shield.
Alright, so just to be safe, we're gonna bail on that damage, but I can get him here. I can get him here risk-free. I could probably get him here, too. Yep. That was polite until he moved. So now it's gonna go top. Sure. Not gonna get out of it in time. Shield's back. Oh, and my shield's gone. And I'm down again. Christ. You know, I did this 6 times last night and never died. I would just run these and right there and panic. Your palms are sweating. Okay, so we're kind of in the same situation. Now, one thing I want to tell you, if you're getting to the point where you're like, dude, I don't belong here, and you want to get out, what you'll do is run over here to this door. See how I died all the way over there? That kind of blows. If you run over here and die right here, you'll be able to pick your stuff up. You can turn around and you can leave. So you don't have to worry about your items getting lost. Let's do this. Let's do this for real. I'm kind of tired of messing around with this guy. We're going to go ahead and use a 6. Just so we get everything done. And see if we can finish this guy off. I've got to run all the way over there and grab that. I don't want that little death pack laying there. Notice he did the suspensor attack. That was risky. We're getting a little more brave. Spending a little less time running. That was a little dangerous, because boy, that thing appeared right behind us, didn't it? I gotta cover some distance, though. I knew that was coming in quick. Oh, he moved, man. I was lining that boy up.
What a shock! Need another map. Let's bring down that shield.
Alright, he just screwed up there. I'm gonna get as many attacks in as I can right now.
Initiate advanced sequence.
So I was able to just completely avoid an entire damage phase right there. That damage phase 3. Just because it gave me the window and I saw it, so I took advantage of it. Let's go stab him some more. He's gonna do the suspensor blast. We'll get over here. We'll get up. And we'll do it again. And here we are. Fortunately, he's on the opposite side to us, but that's okay. We'll get him. I could have gone for some more shots. Playing it safe, though. Alright, stay in front of the circle. Third blast. I don't know. I might be able to get him. Nope, he did the suspensor. Oh, wait. Oh, this is bad. That was almost a ruined moment, right? We got a little too cocky and almost paid the price. Again, same thing. There we finally go. Yeah, that whole third damage phase, because I hit him and it didn't put his shield up, while he was doing his little animations, I was just sitting there wailing on him. This weapon does a decent amount of damage, so I can go through there and... Oh, hey, what's up, Dan? How you doing? Is that Alex Pick? Yes. Yes, hey there, he's level 15. You doing a melee challenge? No, I just love meleeing, man. That's my thing. Before he dies, because he's such a douchebag, I'm gonna make him water. I can do that because I hit one of the skill things where bodies are only 38 volume, so I've got plenty of backpack space for it. So what you want to do is you want to do level 5 over and over again until you're 1, comfortable with it, and 2, you get enough grade 1 gear and grade 1 augments to put yourself together to make yourself stronger. Then you're going to go to 10, and you're going to do 10 to where you're going to get enough grade 2 armor and grade 2 augments to get yourself stronger. Then you go to 15 so you can do the 3s and 4s, and then you go up to like 19 or 20, and that's where you're going to start getting your grade 5s. The thing about this is each one of these dungeons only has certain things you can get from them. There's a bunch of stuff that you can get from any one of them, but only certain items will come from certain dungeons. I don't know that well enough to quote it on you. You're stuck on 8. All right, I'm gonna actually do this again. We'll pump it up a little bit and see if it ends up being different. I like this because it gets the forward section, but also because it has pretty decent augments to come out of here. But my goal isn't to get grade 5 stuff and become super awesome. My goal is to get more grade 4 things. I would love just a general defense mod, because they have one that just adds more armor value to the armor. And for the rest of these, I'd like to get rid of the boots. So if I can get another set of boots, but I doubt I will. But get another set of boots. And I would like to also put dart mitigation on, because when my shield goes down, he shoots me with the darts. That's when I start getting hurt more. So between energy mitigation and dart mitigation and just general armor value. All right, so we got level 3 circuit gauntlets. If they were level 4, I'd be excited. Circuit gauntlets give you like extra optimized power, so that would be great. But unfortunately, I've got grade 4 gear, so a grade 3 one. So that's kind of poopy for me, but that's what happens. We got a tactical enhancer, which increases the headshot damage of area range. That's nifty. Unfortunately, I don't need any more grade 4 for weapons, for melee. Reduces the stamina to block, but increases the stamina cost to attack. Ew. I mean, I'll take it, but... What's up, DB? How are you? Dead fast. Alright, so I'm going to take all these, and we're going to go in here. Now, yeah, we died, which was horrible, but... Actually, we died twice. I'm also at Cat 2, man. They are killing me. I'm just taking everything because that's how we roll. Depending on how things are going, sometimes I'll just come out here, get into the copter, and just go in. The issue with that is I'm carrying all of this stuff, which I've got plenty of space and still a pretty good number of slots, but it's kind of risky because if something bad does happen, all this stuff's going to be laying on the ground. So someday I'll get cockier and will carry that stuff in. I have done it before. I went one time and I just forgot to go back to Haga and drop stuff off, and then I died in there, unfortunately. And you know, I'm thinking I want to go back in there and do a higher level with that stuff on there, because it adds a little bit more stake into the game. It takes me 5 to 6 stabs with that Hallex pick in order to drop him from one phase to another. But if I go up to level 19, which is only 4 higher than I just did there, it's probably going to take me 8 or 9 stabs. I can do it, but again, I can't get hit. I can't get hit, and that honestly, it's just not fun. I mean, it's stressful. I handle it well. I know, you know, maybe you don't. I would suggest that, you know, if you die, you die. Who cares? It's not like, you know, DV died, so now we got to go to his house and take the game and uninstall it, and he's never allowed to play. No, so what? You know, there's worse things. And if you die in there, you lose everything in your backpack. Well, not everything, but you lose most of the stuff, the items you picked up from your backpack, but you won't lose your gear. You'll still have that when you respawn, but it does take a little bit of damage. Having some bonus crafting is nice because, oh, the lights. It takes some of the stress off of. We'll just dump them in there for right now. Oh yeah, you know what? These are all him. Those are him from last night. Bastard. Let's check. That's fine. These are pretty good. Yeah, we still got those, yeah. So you can see I took a little bit of a durability hit. Be all right. There's worse things in the world. Let's grab some water. I do not take dying well. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm like, oh, sweet, I just died. Hooray. I'm not going to tell Mrs. Rabbit. I'd be like, honey, I died. But don't let it get to you. Sometimes it gets to you, but don't let it get to you. All right, we're going to go back out there, and I'm going to up that level, and we'll notice the differences in it. But I also want you to pick up on the similarities, because it's the same pattern. It might be a good idea. We'll go to that first room, and we'll see how the branding blade does at 19. Like I said, I'm not doing 20. Screw 20. I'm not doing 200% enemy bonuses for a 1% better chance of getting something. No. So, jog on. But we're going to do that first room where there's not too many bad guys, and we're going to see what the branding blade can. That scared me. It scared me a little bit. We're going to see how the branding blade handles it. And if it doesn't handle it well, then we'll have to switch to full-time Hallex pick. I will say something. I'm a little out of practice with the pick. I'm missing. It's one thing about that lunge with the rapier. I've never felt like it was all that good at its lock-on, to where like I run towards the guy and I go to stab him and I'll stab past him and I'm like, oh, come on, man. You got to give me that. I was aiming. I know that if you're not aiming at him when you initiate the stab, but you got to give me some room here. I'll just zing past somebody. He's like watching me like, where's this guy going? So effectively, the only difference in this going 15, going up to 19 is going to be he's going to hit harder and it's going to take me longer to kill him. That's it. That's it. The pattern's the same. The method's going to be the same. Everything's going to be the same. It's just he's a little tougher and he hits a little harder. And his little friends coming up here, they will as well. Let's see what we're actually in for. All right, so we just did 15 and enemy health was 643% of what it's supposed to be. So if we go up to 19, it's quite a jump, isn't it? 1500%. So what am I getting by doing 19? Well, I've got a 34% chance of some grade 5 augments, which is 1 out of 3. Okay, well, before we go on, I understand RNG. Just because it says, like here, grade 5 weapons and armor, 25%, does not mean if I run it 4 times, I'm going to get 1. I get that. I understand that. I could go in, run it 4 times and get none. I could get 4. I could get 2. I could get anything. It's RNG. It's crazy. It doesn't add up. You can start talking about probability where if I do this 50 times, it's going to start getting close to the 25 because the more samples, the closer to probability you get. But regardless, I realize that this doesn't mean I do it 4 times, I'm going to get 1. But a 1 in 4 chance of getting a grade 5 weapon, it's not the best, is it? A 34% chance for a grade 5 augment, that's a little better. I mean, 1 out of 3, that ain't bad. Is that a song? No, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Let's look at the grade 4 augments, right? So 51 and 45. If we drop this back down to 15, 35 and 47. Am I really winning this race by jumping up this high? Just to go to 45% for augments versus 47%? To do that, I have to go up to 1500% enemy health and 17. Now, I realize that at here, if the guy's got, let's just say 100 health, then he's going to get 643 bonus health. And when we go up here, if he has 100 health, now he's going to get what? 1,500. So, I mean, it's not like it's not really that bad. Because, you know, at level 15, we were already 650 in this direction. So honestly, it's only an extra like 800%, but it's terrible that I just said that. Oh, it's only. Let's do it. It's the worst that could happen, right? So we definitely want to put a shield on. I don't think the branding blade is going to do well. My predictions are I'll be able to take the regular unshielded gunner down. I'll try to isolate the melee person. It's going to take at least 2 slow blades, at least. It might. I've been getting them in 1, so I'm going to say a second slow blade should finish them off. I don't think it's going to take 3. I hope it doesn't. So if you watch this door, every now and then you'll see a sparkle go across. There it was. There it is. That's the thing inside spinning. So what you want to do is if you come up and you see it like it was just there, and here it comes. So if you want, we can open the door now and it'll just go past us and then we can run in and makes it look like we know what we're doing. I guess technically we do. Yeah, I didn't think I made it over here to get that one. Ooh, we're gonna get shocked. Let me in. I'm a little close. Thank goodness they put the Mark II health kits. More than double what it was at 15 for 40. Yeah, it's insane. Hey, what's up, Neo? How are you? Worst is if it happens while you're in the DD harvesting the sand crawler. what time did I got lucky. I got back in the game and all my stuff wasn't eaten by the worm. Yeah, it's I was actually a little worried about coming on tonight because the weather forecast was showing that we were going to have rain with possible thunderstorms in my area starting right around 4 o'clock, and I was like, dude. And then they updated the weather. There was a little bit of a passing rainstorm earlier, but it's actually not going to start really getting stupid until around like 10 or 11 tonight, but it's going to rain for the next 2 or 3 days. Wednesday might be questionable, but we'll see. Okay, so my prediction is that guy's going to be a pain in the butt, but I'll get to kill him. I don't know if I can kill him before I have to engage with the melee person. I'm going to say two slow blades. 2 blocks, 2 slow blades. Let's see what happens. Alright, let's isolate them. I'm actually going to bring you further over. Right here. Ready? Here's the first one. Did not think it was going to kill you. Here comes the second. And they dodged out of it. Aren't you just fancy? Here's the second one, and it did. Okay, so 2. 2 slow blades for a melee. Let's see what it takes for you. Notice that he dodged away. I don't know what it is about these guys, but they're real, they're real spry. Alright, come over here. It's not going to increase the enemy count. So that's good. I'm going to try a second. Oh, see? I see him coming in behind. Alright, come over here. There's Uno. Now when they do this, you hit him with a heavy shot, and then do the slow blade and it'll kill him. I don't know why they block. Like, if you see me doing the heavy, dude, stop blocking. Learn from your mistakes. They're tough. That's pretty epic with the explosion behind. Thank you for helping with the effects here. Oh, come on. Okay. I have to clip that for later. I'll take another 4. Sure, why not? Health is always a good thing. Hey. Also, I have to be careful because the electric damage is lifted on this as well. So this stuff would hurt way more. You know, it's awesome because that's exactly what that boss fight needs is another problem, right? Starting to get a little upset. This poor guy. So usually when I make a grade 4 augment, it usually takes around like 6 to 8 of these pieces. So this is basically a free augment. That's nice, thank you, I'll take it. Not a whole lot of other stuff in here, but... And there are chests littered throughout this place. Like there's one straight down here at the end of the hallway. I'm here for that constellation chest at the end. I know if you do the mission that takes you... Oh, it's horrible. I know if you do the mission for the Landsrad that makes you have to run through that other door back there, I believe it was. Or it might be here. I don't know. Yeah, it's in this room. When you go to do that, it does have the option of opening up, like that very last room, there's another chest in there that could have some more fragment pieces, but not what I'm here for, you know? Alright, this is fun.
Someone's eyes on target.
Alright, let's get you over here.
Got them.
No, you didn't. Alright. I was trying, I thought that she was going to hit the little corner of the wall there, and that would let me get that second heavy attack off, but she went on the stairs anyway. I'm surprised he didn't dodge out of that. I kind of missed up my timing. So this is going to be a little more exciting because it's going to take 2 shots. I gotta get you. Oh, nice. I gotta get this person down before the chain gunner guy can get a shot on me. He's trying already. Okay, there we go. Now we got one less problem. I'm gonna hit a couple times and then we're gonna back off so chain gunner doesn't hit us. Our shield's doing pretty good. There we go. Oh, that's dumb. A little bit of fire. Oh, this guy's tough. Okay. So we're looking at 2 of the slow blades to kill the melee guys, and it took, I think, 3, maybe 4 to kill chain gunner boy there. Oh, well, lemonade sugar, just like sweet popcorn. Tabasco and popcorn is, you know, you'd be surprised. Hey Rabbit, if you have help in co-op, do the dungeons account for this, making it harder? It really depends. So I'm in here, and in this room there was a gunner and a melee, then there was another gunner and a melee, and there was a gunner, a melee, and a chain gunner guy. If somebody came in here with me and there was 2 of us, each time we came in this room there would be 2 melees, 2 gunners, or 2 regulars, and then 2 melee, 2, and then 2 melee to that, and then 2 of the chain gunners. So adding an extra person to your party basically just doubles, or 3 people would triple, 4 of them would quad that. They just add the same amount of enemies you'd be facing for 1, so everybody gets their set. And the boss health is calculated a little differently. It does increase with more people, which in most cases is good. I don't like this one as far as groups go because you're looking at a small amount of maneuvering area. Keep in mind though, for stages 3 and 4, there are 2 circles on that thing in the center, so you could be on one side and the other. But in like the fire dungeon, the dark dungeon, things like that, what you can do in there is it's kind of good to have other people in there, because if you start getting hammered on by the boss and you're potentially going to get hurt and die and go down, somebody can try to draw their fire. It's one thing about this game, it's really hard to draw aggro like in a normal type of game like this. You would be able to run in there, do something, and the boss would be like, oh, how dare you, and then now you're the target, and that would give your friend time to heal. These bosses are kind of just, you know, I don't know how they pick their targets, but it's not a guarantee that you're going to draw that for your friend. So Yeah. But if you come in with 4, they actually drop the boss's health by 20%. I don't know why. That brings us up to one of the other problems. Hey, Stuart, where are you? I think I said hi to Nitin, though. But that's another problem I have with these dungeons is this is the perfect opportunity for Dune Awakening to tell me, go make some friends so you can come in here and kick ass. And instead it doesn't. It says, go make some friends so it's just as hard for everybody. And good luck. You know? When we used to play Destiny, Destiny 2 and stuff like that, I would go into the raids and we would take people who didn't know anything and we could kind of work around them. I never did carries, but I would compensate for somebody who didn't know what they were doing. We knew how to kind of stretch ourselves and pick up some slack to help somebody get up to speed. And then once, you know, they figured out we didn't have to do that anymore. There's really no way to do this here. I mean, I could go in, you know, I'm doing level 19. I could go find some people that need to do 5 and just be like, sit back, I'll take care of it. But, you know, once you get to this point where the numbers are so ridiculous, the bonus numbers. All right, we got to switch to that. Definitely. I don't think that branding blade is going to do us any good in here. This is going to be the exact same fight you've seen me do and die twice, I think. I'm going to try to do better, I promise. But it's the same pattern. I do have to be a little more careful because if I get hit by lightning, it's going to hurt more, way more. And if the boss shoots me, it's going to hurt more. I'm pretty sure my shield will tank it as long as I don't pair the 2 up. That's well, you can't really pair it up, but you know what I mean. I can't be taking shots from the boss and after getting hit by lightning. So we'll see, but it's gonna be something else, huh? I'm going to put this up. I don't remember getting hurt, but we do have a tad bit of damage on us. And I think what we're gonna do, no, I only have 3 of them. I thought I had more 6s. All right, so we're just going to keep the 4s in place. Health is up. Water is up. I have no idea how long it's going to take me. Like I said, I was doing like 5 to 6 stabs would push him from one to the other. It's not going to be as cool anymore, but we'll see. It's the worst that could happen. We fail. Big deal.
Stay away. Need another mag.
Okay, so we got some low stamina action going on here. We're gonna let that come back. It's definitely less damage, but I'm not that upset with it. Honestly, it's better than I thought the game was going to do. Don't you try that. So the shield's doing well against his shots. That's the worst place to be, by the way, in the center of the room, but... Oh, come on! And I even said to myself, don't attack him, because the blast is coming. Oh, loser. It's bothering me. I mean, I'm fine. But in later phases, I won't be fine. You know what I mean? So we need to... Loser. We need to throttle back a little. I'm getting a little too excited. A little too sure of myself here. Oh, thank you. We're going for a second stab, and that pushed him.
This will bring you down.
I'm right here. I'm right here. Alright, let's get ourselves to where we're looking at those blasts. I know, I'm powerless. Oh! You bastard. Probably could have done a second stab there, but I don't know if it would have worked, and I'm not willing to risk it. Ooh! Almost ate that one, huh? Dude, we saw that from this side. I was clear of that. I disagree. Somebody get Funcom on the horn here. Sure you don't want to hit me with the effect? Oh my. I'm not gonna lie, that flyby I just did kind of did make me a little angry. Not those two, those were good ones. I stabbed the crap out of him. But the ones before that were not good. We're not gonna play around with that, so we'll get this thing. Wow, look at how hard he hit me. Holy cow, do you see that? Okay, so I've been hurt. I can't take another hit. He'll drop me. So now I'm going to be in just like a total defense mode. That's what I was waiting for. We're going to hit this. I have plenty of time to heal. Since my shield's up, the boss can't interrupt my heal. And I had time. So now look, we're almost full health. Life is pretty good. We almost got a mouthful of electricity there, though. Huzzah! I'm stab you again. Ooh, we were a little close there. So angry. I am so angry. I mean, it wore off and we're fine, but it's the premise. Alright, so this is the fun part, because now it's really going to matter. Oh, look, we get some more stabs. I'm gonna have to bail on it in there. So now the pattern really comes into play. Alright, so look at the circle, and we're just gonna go to the right 3 times. That was number 2. That's number 3. I could go stab him, but you know what? I'm not feeling too crazy. Here comes the second one, and now it's time for knifies. Oh, that was ballsy. Up in the air, and we land in front of the circle. Almost went the wrong direction, not gonna lie. That was 2. Here comes 3. Turn around. Oh, he wants me to stab him, guys. They really wanted that to happen. Could have probably got another one in there, but safety first. Oh. Hi, yeah. Bad stuff's going on now. So, what happened there was he does that little stunner blast, and I was up in the ceiling getting away from the electricity, and he hit me with the stun. And when he hit me with the stun, I stunned in midair. And you're still going to go through the animation even though I'm hovering. I would love it if it would have just dropped me on the damn ground. And by the time I came back down, I was getting shocked, and I couldn't get clear. I think I may have had a split second there where I could have gotten clear, but I didn't I didn't do it, and we paid a price. So that's what I don't like. Is so up till then I was doing pretty good. I felt like it was, I was in control. I was keeping it. I was getting a little risky, and I started to, realize it and started to move back. We had one goofy thing happen that honestly shouldn't, and we're on the ground. This is not fun content, Like, I know I'm doing stuff. This is supposed to be, what do I have, a 25% chance of getting grade 5 top gear? So this is what's happening for 25% chance? Get real. It's just not worth it. We're going to use a number 2 heal kit. We'll get ourselves back up. And any of the dungeons are like this. If you make one mistake when you're up at these high levels, regardless of your gear, I mean, it would be a little better if I had, grade 5 with grade 5 augments and all that. But if I have all that stuff, why am I doing this? Pretty much this should be a guy with grade 4 gear, which I have, with some grade 4 augments, which I have. Why are you one-shotting me, basically? I'm gonna try, we're gonna go one more time. Just in case we have a little bit of health to go on. I don't think I put any on there, but you know what? I'll waste the toilet paper roll. Sadly, we're going to have to do the same thing. We're going to run over there and grab that because I don't want it in the floor since craziness happens after that. But, all right, we'll go back in. All right, now we're ready to fight.
You're powerless.
That little move there. We're going to get into the rotation. We had some a good opportunity there to do some makeup damage. Should be up top now. Yep.
I'm empty.
Uh-oh. Oh boy, I thought I was gonna get hit with that one. All right, where's the blast? Oh, it's right there. We got time.
Need more ammo.
Could have stayed.
You're no match.
So what I did there was kind of did a cutoff. Oh, I got out of it. Thank you. All right, so now we just moved into the next one. I'm gonna stay here and try to stabby stabs as much as I can. Yep, time to go. We got one hit at least. Oh, now I'm getting a phone call. Oh, see, that would have been so cool. That would have been bad.
You're powerless.
Heck yeah, I'm gonna go for a third and then we gotta get out of here. Oh, no, it's going high. Let's see, we'll get into rotation. Let's see where the wall is.
I'm empty.
High. Ooh, bad things are going on now, aren't they? Come on, there we go. All right, let's drop this. See if we can get some shield action. There we go. Health held, though. Good job, health. I think we timed that little screw up
More ammo.
really well. We're going to cool ourselves down a little bit. That kind of got scary. Not going to lie. I had an opportunity there, but I didn't take it. So we're going to reset. Oh, we're going to get you now, though.
Lightning strikes again.
I wish my Suspensor Blast could do what his does.
This will bring you down.
Like that one I ate. I know I did. Oh, look, we get free damage. Not a whole lot of it, though. I'm gonna bail. Alright, let's come over here. I'll go right. I bet I could stab him this next blast.
What a shocker!
Alright, 1 and 2, and now it's going to be up in the air, so let's get some damage. 1, 2, and 3. That should be as much as we're going to get.
Lightning strikes again.
You shouldn't be here, because now I can stab you. There, you should be over there. That was very close. I'm honestly surprised. Oh, honestly surprised I didn't pay a very heavy price for that, and I just got robbed of a stab. Ew, I saw my eyes there for a second. I don't know if you saw that. It's kind of gross. All right. Should be able to finish him off right here. Well, finish this stage. Oh, he went through there. Oh no! If he hadn't gone. Oh. Oh my.
Need another man. Initiate advanced sequence.
Alright, so this time we're not playing around with anything. We're getting safe. We're far enough along on here that we're just going to methodical stay right here. We'll stutter a little bit so he doesn't... We'll get 1, maybe 2. And that's going to have to be good enough, right? Oh, I wanted to. I really wanted to, guys. I know you saw that. Ooh. We're misbehaving. That's for sure.
You're powerless.
I don't like this because, man, he's right behind it. We're going to let it go. Oh, luckily he stunned us. That actually, I mean, it didn't save us, but it didn't hurt us.
Need more ammo.
He stunned us when we were up in the air, so it kind of gave us, like, it kept us safe. That was lucky. Later on, if I clip that, I'll take my voice out and we'll call it. I'm gonna say that was 100% skill. You know, be like, oh, if you see that he's about to do that attack, I didn't reach. That is restraint right there. Oh no. Oh my God, are you kidding? Oh, that was an oh shit moment. I don't normally say the bad words, but we're gonna say them there. You're gonna become water, you douchebag. Yeah, we almost paid for it hardcore right there. That would have been so bad to be one shot away and then get killed. We get the heart going a little bit, you know, it got a little exciting. So now, here I did it at 19. I could get grade 5 stuff. It's going to be super awesome. It's going to be super great. Let's go see what we got. We got a grade 3 power harness, which is what we were getting at 15. We got a grade 3 defensive grip adjuster, which we were getting at 15. We got a grade 4 recoil adjuster, which we could get at 15. And we got a grade 4 blade flexi coating. I understand that I had the opportunity to get better gear here. But everything I just did, this doesn't help me. It's not that it's good or bad, but this doesn't help. So, okay, I guess we'll do it again. No. So I can do these at these levels. It's a little bit stressful. I don't know if I would call it fun. It's probably way more fun for you guys to watch than for me to do it. Okay, I'm trying not to get mad. Oh boy, one plasteel plate. Good, thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, it's a small chest, but whatever.
Greetings, authorized visitor. If you have...
So there you go. It's pretty much the same thing. I did change up skills just a little bit. What I would like to do, like I said, is right now I want to get this armor up a little bit better. I like the forge set because it's got that energy mitigation, which is what happens in here. I want to get this set so that I can come in here and do better, you know. The only real problem for me is the boss fight. That's where we really get the test. But again, what I was showing you guys doing at level 5, he got one more hit, just one more. What? Wait, how'd you knock down him? I know. That I would attribute to, I wanted to get better with regular swords, so I started using the branding blade, and I wanted to also make sure that I didn't just switch out, so I left the rapiers at home. That way I had to do it. And I've gotten pretty good with the deflection. We picked that skill back up, and I'm doing all right with it. And then I'm coming in here and using the rapier, and the rapier is different. It handles different. You have to aim differently. The timings are all different when you want to do the deflections and stuff. So it looks like I should spend some time with some Masquerade or maybe some of the slavers or somebody and be like, hey, I need to practice my rapier skills. Come over here and get back into the swing of that. Maybe come in, have a little bit better. The only problem with that is with those guys, the lunging stab, you really can't practice because that kills them instantly. So they don't like that. But there you go. That is where it could have gone downhill fast if you would have panicked. Yeah. I was a little panicky. I'm not going to lie, you know. Yeah. I was aware of what was happening, and I kind of got at that point where let's just do it. Let's get in there and let's get some stabs. If I could, you know, keep him from shooting at me, I could take the electricity. So, you know, I could have pulled a shotgun out and just I have one there, but my shotgun again is not even on me. So no, I'd have had to snipe him, which would have been super fun, but hey, I do 828 with that. 674 with this one. Could have done that, but yeah, we tried to stick with it. So we did go down a couple times. That's gonna happen. Don't get discouraged unless it's happening like right out of the gate, you know, like you step in there and immediately you just get owned. Then you might want to have to step out and be like, let's reassess this. And like I said, if you're in there and you realize, and this goes with any dungeon, if you're in too deep, go over to the start point and die. It sucks, but it's probably going to happen anyway. I'm not trying to be mean, but we're being honest. And that way, when you respawn, you can pick up whatever you gathered, so you're not coming out with a total loss, and go back and just kind of rethink and reassess where you're at. All of the dungeons have this kind of a pattern. It's, you know, it's different depending on what you're doing. Like for instance, with the fire, you know, you get to those later stages and you know that the floor is going to catch fire and you've got to get up in the air. You also know that if you grab onto a wall or something while you're in there trying to get away from the lava floor, that you're going to be catching some bullets, because she likes to shoot at you if you're stationary. And if you're dangling from a wall, that's pretty much as stationary as it gets. So they all have a certain rhythm and certain way about them. And my advice to you, they're all relatively the same as far as you're going to get rewards that'll make them easier as you progress. Don't be in a rush to be just like, oh, I'm going to do level 20. It's going to be cool. It takes some work. It takes some understanding. It takes some practice. When I was doing this the other day on 15, I went in and I was doing great. Everything was fine. I got killed. And I was like, oh my God, are you serious? And then I went in and I died on like the beginning of stage 2. And I was like, okay, so we're not in a good place. We're not in a good frame of mind. So I just stepped back. I went, got a drink, pet the dog. Took just a few seconds there, reset, came back in, and cleared it. It was kind of rough because I had 2 little dead body things to clear. But yeah, after that, we got it straight. But do the lower levels. It seems like it's a waste because you're not going to get anything good, but you're learning the pattern, and that's going to help you so much in the future as you progress through these levels. And you know, look, I was using a grade 5 with 3 grade 5 augments, and the only thing I'm getting as rewards is a grade 3 power harness. I mean, I love the power harness, no offense. It's good. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't think what I just did warranted a grade 3. I've never really felt like the reward system coming out of the dungeons equals the effort that you have to put into them. And, you know, I was hoping they would revamp that. And then when they came out and said, hey, we dropped the boss 20% health for groups of 4, I was like, okay. Now here's something else. Yeah, it blows that it was a grade 3 when I could have gotten a grade 5 drop, but we're going to move on. But another good thing about doing this in a group is, let's say that there were 2 other people in there with me, and we look at our things, and that other guy's like, oh man, I got another grade 5 chess piece. I already have 3 of those. I was hoping to get something else. I could trade for it. Maybe throw some Solari his way. Be like, oh dude, I'll buy that from you right now. I did. It might have been this one, and this was before I learned. This is funny. It's before I learned the joy of the Regis triple shot. One of my guildmates, Wired, who's one of my channel members, he was trying to run that dungeon to get the Regis triple shot. There was one, I don't even remember which one it was, but there was an augment that he really wanted. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll run it with you. So we all went in, and I got it. And I was like, what is it you're looking for? And he told me. I was like, yeah, I got that. I got that grade 5. You want it? He's like, oh dude, what do you want for it? And I was like, no, you get to have it. Because I didn't use that gun. It's useless to me. Yeah, I could have sold it and made a bunch of money, but no, that's not what you do with buddies. But so I just dropped it and gave it to him. He ended up hooking me up with some armor and some other stuff later on. But there's the benefit to that, to where if you're doing it in a group, then you know, there's the possibility that somebody might get something that they don't want or don't need that you do. Or if they, you know, they're interested in selling it. Like for instance, you know, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. It's not good either, but I mean, it reduces stamina for blocking. I don't really do too much blocking. I do the parrying thing. And this is the same thing. This isn't good at all. It would be better if it was the other way around. This is okay. How is the auction house in Dune? It depends. Every server is different. It's going to be based off of population. And the markets are usually representative of where the community is as far as money goes. I can usually keep around 400 to 500 million Solari in my bank account. I'll go buy some fancy stuff, and then I'll sell some spice or sell some plastanium. Some of the special items, like you could make, say you don't use spice infused generators, but if you're getting a lot of slag and residue, go ahead and make some spice filled or spice infused fuel cells, put them up on the market, or just put the slag up there too. Those will sell. Agave seeds is another good one, because people don't want to go over to the Odom and run around looking for pink flowers when they want to make carpets. Your builders, the people that love doing the massive builds, they're going to want decorations. There's a lot of things you need agave seeds to do that for. They don't want to go run around the Odom. They want to build. So sell them agave seeds. And I'm not saying sell them for $1 million each, but no, you could get a decent price and do pretty well. But I don't know if anybody's going to want to buy this, because reduces the stamina cost to block, but increases the stamina cost to attack. I look at that personally, and I'm like, there is nothing in that description that makes me really happy, okay? So it reduces the stamina cost to block. That is cool, but I don't do it. But it increases the stamina cost to attack. That I do a lot. Also, though, how often are you at the point in a normal fight where your stamina is gone? I was losing my stamina every now and then in this, but I'm actually trying to do super extra damage. How often in the normal course of running things in this game is there so many bad guys that your stamina is like, ugh, you know what I mean? So, yeah. But I'm not real thrilled about the results from running that 19. I feel like I can do it. If I keep practicing, I'll only get better at it. And maybe better gear will drop the more I do it. But pick one of them, whether you're electric, fire, whatever, learn the pattern and just farm it until you get an awesome set of gear. And then that will let you, like right now, I could go to the fire dungeon and have a better time if I'm coming in there with like grade 4 gear versus going in there brand new. Here I am with, great ungraded forge armor. So you can progress up through the lines while you're trying to learn that dungeon as well. I would experience them all. I'm not saying pick one and that's the only one you ever do. No, you want to do them all. Do all of them just to get the experience and see what it's like. Go up a couple levels in them. That'll give you an opportunity to say, you know what, I really like this one. And then that one you could focus on. And once you pick up the pattern, get you going. But there you go. Auction on your server's a ghost town. Oh, no. Oh, here, I'm not trying to be mean, but oh, we're way too high. What am I doing? Where am I? I knew where I was. Last cup of coffee. So as far as what's caused this whole misbehaving adventure, was a comment from a person who said that I'm teaching things to low level and I should push myself more. You're right, I should push myself more. I mean, look at the outstanding rewards I got by doing it. As you can tell, I am a little salty about that. I think I'm more salty than I'm letting on. I really am. So maybe we just need to calm down. It was a bad roll. It could be worse. Hopefully it'll get better in the future. Oh, we hit 2. But the things that I'm telling you to do, or the advice that I'm giving you, is not for just basic levels. It follows through the whole way. And I'm going to give you enough to keep you alive, tell you how to do it and what the mechanics are, and then let you be who you want to be. If you want to go in there with guns, go in there with guns. I mean, you saw me do it with stabby stabs, so go in and do it with guns. If you want to go in and just use skills, have at it. But if I can show you what the basics are, what the mechanics are, and how to survive it. That's the goal. So we're going to go unique schematics. Let's go ahead and we'll just do it. So we got a lot of Acheronian boots. A whole Acheronian set, actually. Combat exoskeletons for 10. And this will keep going. There are... I don't think it gives you a total. Yeah, we're at I. Here we're down to S. This is T. Here's all the Ford sets. Let's see. What did I get? A power harness level 3? Let's do the grades. Let's see if there's a power harness on here. No, there isn't. But looks like grade 3 stuff's going between 4.5 and 10. Jesus. Augments. Let's do some augments and we'll see. That's interesting. Look at that. Somebody put up a capacity expander, grade 4. They only want 200,000 for it. Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, look at this. Everything else is like, this guy wants 19 million for a blade sharpener, which, by the way, is great. Blade sharpener is great because all it does is add damage. No tricks, no penalties, no silliness. You want more damage? Get some. Here you go. This is one thing I'd like to put on my armor is dart proof. Because people are shooting darts at me all the time. There is one. Let's see if somebody's selling it. I don't know, maybe. No. There you go. Garment reinforcement. They want 80 million for this because it's a level 5. But this literally just increases the armor value. So it just adds our extra armor, which is nice. But yeah, they're very pricey here. Especially for these things. This one is against poison, but it increases energy. So you'd want to take this one into the poison dungeon, but don't take this into 152. And this one does poison, but then you get extra fire. They usually like to do that where you get a benefit, but you get a penalty. So you got to decide whether or not the penalty's worth it. So here's a level 5. Blade sharpener. They're asking 80 million for that, and it's only 19 million for a level 4. All the differences is going to be some percentages. I would probably grab that at 19. That seems really pricey. Keep in mind I got a bunch of money, but that's a bit pricey, but this is a really good one. 10 million for a blade. So these are interesting because this increases shield damage. That's all it does. It doesn't make shooting people any worse, but you know, this is only on certain, excuse me, I got the hiccup. Certain guns in certain situations would this be worth anything, but I don't know. Yeah, our market is really good, but some of the people think a little too much of themselves. A little bit, right? This one removes the durability loss when you get defeated. I guess you would put this on if you really wanted to say, but you know what? It's taking up a spot. Just don't die. These are pricey. These are very pricey. I mean, I have the money, but they're just pricey. But anyway. I honestly think teaching to lower levels is more important. I'm sorry I lost that. Hold on. It just happened. Something happened. I was thinking teaching lower levels is more important than teaching higher levels. Common sense tactics start early in the play, not in the late game. Yeah, absolutely, Valentine. That's why we do what we do. And plus, you know what? Like I said when we were talking about that, who am I to tell you what to do? If you want to go in and oh, it would be good with a disruptor pistol, yeah. But maybe you use skills more than I do. I don't use them too much. I do use them, but not as much as I should. So, you know what? If you want to take what I did and be like, okay, but instead of running up and stabbing him, I'm going to throw a skill and then do this. I'll use the gun, I'll stun him, and then I'll use, you know, whatever. Hey, dude, go, do it. It's awesome. As long as you're getting through it. But, yeah. So, anyway, I'm done for the night. This was crazy, and also, I've got to get off of here so that we can all go over to Darkest Vision stream. I've been talking with him and with Old Man Alchemist, and we might be planning something. I don't want to talk too much about it, but we might have a plan in the future. We'll see, but we'll keep you guys posted. But I'm going to head over and watch his stream, and then I'm going to try to push him into doing level 19 on the Electric Dungeon as well. Him and Replicant. So they'll probably do it. They should be good to go, right? But thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I've seen a lot of names that are new. That is super awesome. And plus, I'm seeing a lot of the names of people that stop in here all the time. Hey, Darkest. Yeah. But I will be back. Okay. We're going to say I'm going to be back on Wednesday, but I can't guarantee it because, like I said, we got storms coming through. So if we get a window where we don't have to worry about the power and the internet getting killed because of the rain and lightning and all sorts of stuff, that'll be great. We'll be on Wednesday. If not, I'll just keep you posted. We might throw in like maybe a Thursday stream. I don't know. I don't want to commit to anything because it's just kind of up in the air. But we should be good and ready to go by the weekend for sure. But Wednesday might be... We'll see. But hope you enjoyed this. Hope it helps. And like, subscribe, share. Those things all help the channel grow. And now we're going to go ahead to Darkest Vision. Old Man is not streaming for the next couple days, so that's going to make me sad. I don't know what I'm going to do at work. But we will catch up with him, I think, Thursday. But, yep, that's going to be it for us tonight. So hope this was inspiring and educational. And you know what? If you get downed, it'll be all right. You'll get over it. Why do we fall, Master Bruce? So we can learn to pick ourselves up. I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you out there. Take care.